lovelies, welcome to the doghouse. More technical stuff, you know how it goes, you know us by now. I'm Ria Bow and welcome to the doghouse, and he's Mike Phillip of American at Radio, kjjradio.com and Tactical Health with Dr. Gedda, I believe it is. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing great. It is so cold, I'm telling you. It is like kill you cold in Canada. In fact, I saw up in Fort McMurray, Alberta, the temperature had gone down to, I believe it was minus 47 with wind chill, just 3 degrees off of minus 50. So, yeah, it's great, I guess, if you're a polar bear or a penguin, not so much if you're a human being. Justin Cringe says, so cold my back door has been frozen shut since Christmas. Yeah, I hear about stuff like that all the time.
Yeah, okay, guys. I want to say hi to Gary Kempar, and I want to say hi to Jack. Hi, Jack. Saw your video, didn't comment on the video, give it a thumbs up and everything. They must take you a while to do those, you know. Hi, Night and Day. Thank you for coming along. I'm going to try the world weather again. So what basically happened, we went online and I'm looking at meters going up and down over here and across there, and the stream health was no good, but it appears to be good. So I just whizzed through the weather again. Alberta minus 37. Ouch. Toronto minus 12, Wisby, England plus 6, Nice plus 7, Malaga south of Spain plus 18, Camrose minus 31, wow, Cairo plus 17, Rio de Janeiro plus 29, all down to Rio, Rome plus 7, Cape Town plus 26, Moscow plus 3, Seoul, Korea minus 3, Mumbai 26, Tokyo plus 4, Sydney 24, and Oslo, Norway plus 3. So guys, we've done a bit of the weather. I'm going to play the accent just to get you in. Let's get our eye in, and I'm going to get that straight away this time, if you don't mind. So have a listen to this, and where do you think this guy is from?
You know, I guess I could say, I guess I'll try saying it myself. Because I do have a trash bag in my car. Yeah, see? And that's, I didn't intentionally say it like that. That's just how it comes out, you know. But I do have a trash bag in my car, you know. So, maybe, you know, like I said, it's just a laid-back voice. Nothing much to it, I guess.
There you go, guys. Put it in the comments if you know where it is, or you think you know where it is. We've got some comments, Mike. Would you like to take them, please?
Yeah, Night and Day Plumbing Solutions. Ria, you're going to have to send a letter off to Skype about the connection, but seal it with a kiss. Because a lick won't stick. Is that some kind of an inside joke? What's going on there?
I don't know, because a lick won't stick. I kind of like the catchiness, but I'm not really sure. We've got one in from Jack as well. Justin Trudeau Cringe Channel, the Detox Clinic. He's from the Detox Clinic. Nice.
Well, I think, okay, so George Costanza on Seinfeld, his fiance died from licking envelopes. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, do you think he's that cultural, Mike?
Seinfeld? Well, if you're not cultural enough for Seinfeld, I don't know. But we used to do it to get high when we were kids. We would steal envelopes and just lick them all day. If we couldn't get any toads, that is. So, you know, toad licking envelopes, either one works.
Yeah, I used to have a friend. Her name was Marie. She's from Southern Ireland. She was as bubbly as a bottle of champagne. And she got us to, you know when you peel the bananas and you got the bits down the middle? We used to put that into a cigarette and smoke those to see if we got high. But we didn't really get high. But we laughed a lot anyway.
I was joking. We didn't lick envelopes to get high. We knew where to buy drugs. We didn't need envelopes. But... anyhow, so what? You guys are pretty tropical compared to us, Ria. Like +6.
Yeah, no, we're +6, but my snow's arrived in Scotland. Loads of the main roads have come to a standstill. Ski resorts are opening and all that. So Scotland's getting it, but down the south we're okay. So that's kind of all right. Yeah, so it is a weather thing. Let's get this thing on the move then. And we've got so far we've got a Cincinnati or Canada, which I find thoroughly interesting. She was cute. That really sucked for George. Nice. That was from
It
Justin.
was funny because he was always trying to get rid of her, and then he'd get her back, and then he wanted to get rid of her, and then he wanted her back, and he was actually quite happy when the envelope glue killed her.
Nice, nice. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, what are your big stories for next year? As I've had a few more days to think about it, and I've seen a few news clips as well, and I'm thinking, well, my decentralized thing, I'm okay with that. But do you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they do chuck Hillary Clinton under the bus. So maybe that might be the big story next year. I don't know. And also, I wanted to ask you guys that are in the chat, if there was any youngsters watching this, like school leavers or, end of uni leavers and stuff like that, what life advice would you give them? You got a little short passage that you would advise them on their next step in life and stuff like that. What do you think, Mike? How would you advise a sort of university leaver or a school leaver on advice for their next step in life?
Be extremely careful of the women that you bring home.
Is that for the girls as well?
Well, I mean, that could work for them too, but for the girls, yeah. Don't go to the clubs and get so drunk that you can't see straight.
Okay.
That would be my advice.
Okay, so there's some advice. For the boys, I assume, maybe not. Be careful what girls you bring home, and for the girls, watch what you're drinking, kind of thing. I find that thoroughly interesting. A quick one on, drop them in the comments, guys, if you want to contribute. So my comment for the youngsters leaving are, the education system is letting you down. You need to be aware of that. I spoke to somebody that wanted to go on to NASA, this young girl, a little while ago, and they're not teaching blockchain in school, which I find a bit scary. So that's kind of going on. The education system isn't so good. I wanted to give a shout out for Ron Paul and Jeff Berwick. Ron Paul is to speak at Jeff Berwick's Anacapulco on February the 15th. So I find that quite interesting that Ron Paul and Jeff Berwick and that lot are kind of hooking up together. Do you want to take any comments, Mike?
Yeah, 9-Day Plumbing Solutions says, my stab at the voice is Pennsylvania.
Wow.
And Cringe says Scotland's up there worse than Canada. Is that for cold weather? I'm guessing. Is it cold in Scotland?
It is minus 12. It kind of minus 12 come in, loads of snow, brought the thing to a standstill, all the main roads are down and stuff like that.
Oh, if it was minus 12, we'd be going to the beach. Minus 37 here.
Yeah, you're kind of like polar bears and stuff, aren't you? That's kind of weird temperatures to us. I think the coldest I've ever seen is probably about minus 10, I think. And yeah, that wasn't much fun either, I've got to say. Here's a thing for you, Mike. On a Gallup survey, Obama and Hillary voted the most admired man and woman for the 10th year in a row.
Yeah, it's... Admired by who?
Where do they live then? Where are these people?
Yeah, right. I never hear of them unless they're. There was a CNN piece I was watching this morning, and there's these college professors that were putting out this, putting out tweets like, "We need to kill all white people. All I want for Christmas is white genocide." And CNN goes and catches up with them, and they're showing them all the death threats now that they're getting on their phone and in emails, and they were actually playing some of the voicemails that these guys are getting. It was like, "You ain't nothing but a target to me now. You just watch your step." And CNN, the correspondent's like, "What are some of the more frightening threats you've got?" And there's this white guy sitting there saying, "Well, I would have to say that it was threats to the lives of my children." And it's like, your children are white! You just said they should die, jackass! So I mean, those are probably the ones that voted Hillary and Obama Person of the Year or Most Admired or whatever, so.
What, do they live on the moon? God, I've got to... you know, with all the big score, you know, someone said about the Hillary's getting her collar felt or going behind bars. God, my imagination only just stretches that far, but how good would that be for a genuine, trusted hearing to be held? And she ended up actually behind bars. That actually happened. Wow, I would enjoy that, I can tell you. Rhea is a lot smarter than most ladies. I don't know about that, sweetie. I'm sure you're probably smarter than I am. But thank you very much indeed. Do you want to take night and days, Mike? I'm still in a fluster.
Yes, I do. Night and Day Plumbing. That must have come via a Democrat website, Ari, Obama, and Hillary. Oh, definitely. Either that or they just made it up. Either that or the questions in the poll were skewed that way. You know what I mean? Like there was no other answer to give. Like maybe they asked if you could have a rabid squirrel in your shorts or admire Hillary and Obama, what would you do? Right? Like, I mean, they probably skewered the whole thing. So, I mean, I'd take the squirrel, but that's just me.
I think it would have been more severe than that kind of. You can either vote for cancer or vote for Hillary. I think it's kind of more like that. Right, I'm going to move on to a story. Has anything caught your eye, or do you want me to do a story, Mike?
Well, just since I got on the topic of the rabid squirrel in the shorts, it was funny because we got into a talk this morning about what kind of meat people will eat. And I've actually eaten squirrel and porcupine because I was at a barbecue where somebody showed up with it. And to be quite honest with you, it's very good. I don't have a problem with it. Now, I wouldn't go out hunting porcupines all the time. Some folk will eat a skunk, some won't. But you can eat anything, just about, except for maybe prairie dogs, because they are cannibal little bastards, so I would stay away from them. But sorry, go on, Rhea.
Yeah, the meat thing, I mean, the whole thing's a moral issue, isn't it? I mean, I've got a question. You know when I play the music out at the end?
More of a protein issue to me, but go on.
Well, no. I was going to come from a moral point of view of that in that list of topics to be covered at some point that plays out the music. If you ever read that, or you probably just stop the stream. But if you did read any of them, how do we value species? Is the valuation of species other than ourselves done with size? So is an elephant more valued than an ant? Ultimately, the whole moral thing, as soon as you start to eat meat, whatever meat that is, or you participate in the killing of the meat, i.e. wearing leather, or human leather, right? The whole thing becomes a moral dilemma anyway, because if it's a sentient being, then it feels fear. You know, if you go to get a spider and it runs away, it feels fear. So it's how you value that moral outlook on which meat you eat. Yeah, totally. I don't have a leg to stand on. I eat meat. So to have a go at a possum or whatever, I'd definitely have a go. I've been in a lot of places in the world, and I've sort of tried a few different things, but I've never had gator, and I've never had those things that you spoke about. Back to you, Mike.
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, there's Phoebe. Phoebe just showed up. Hi, Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe.
You know, that's the thing. I've met a lot of vegan girls that they won't eat meat, but they sure like the bone.
That is outrageous.
It's a fact.
What, bendy lady snakes?
Right.
That was one of these.
Anyways, let's go on with one of your stories, Rhea.
We got one. My normal chat isn't working. Oh, it's all gone pear-shaped again. One of the latest things that the Democrats are putting out is that Hillary wanted Trump to win. Really? I haven't seen that. No.
That is funny. Yeah, like she was so. She's such a genius that she's so smart that they spent billions of dollars to lose the election just to make Trump look bad. You know, that's funny.
And the body count is just all part of just another thing. Do you know what I mean? It just happens.
That was all just to make Trump look bad.
That's right. Yeah. God, they're good at this forward thinking thing. Okay, let's move on to a story. Right. Right, here we go with one. Venezuela backs national cryptocurrency with 500 million barrels of crude oil. called the Petro. Every single Petro will be backed by a barrel of oil, Maduro said, promising to provide cryptocurrency mining throughout the country. We will set up a special team of cryptocurrency specialists, so they will be engaging in mining in all states and provinces of our country. And so they're going to do this cryptocurrency thing, Mike, of their own. They're going to be flogging oil-backed cryptocurrency. What do you think?
Well, first of all, I don't trust Maduro. I mean, his own people are starving. A lot of people think that's due to Western nation sanctions, but I mean, what would stop them from creating a fiat cryptocurrency? It's not like you can go down there and exchange one of your digital coins for a barrel of oil, so they can say whatever they want.
Okay, no, I see what you're saying.
Have I got a point?
Yeah, no, you've got a point. I mean, God, who wants to live in Venezuela right now? Not me.
There's that.
Totally. And, you know, I've heard sort of a lot of the general context on Venezuela, and then I heard Abby Martin's take on Venezuela. So there's a conflict between the two. I kind of like Abby Martin. So that's sort of resonating with me as well. But yeah, who knows the proper ins and outs of it. But I just thought it was interesting that they're going to go for this thing, whether it's the El Presidente causing the problems or not. So, but they're definitely going to go for it. Yes, that's quite interesting. Will it save Venezuela? God knows, something needs to. You want me to do another one, Mike, or move, or have you got one?
I've got a few, but you can go right ahead.
Okay, has anybody ever heard of the DARPA Robotics Challenge? I'm guessing you have, Mike.
Yes.
Right, so I want to bring up a little clip of something that I saw. And picture this we spoke about they're cleaning up homeless people in San Francisco with robots. And I gave my major concern of technocracy, the incoming technocracy, as in, if I spend too much time looking at smaller issues, they create distraction, whatever that might be. I'm not looking at this robotics development and technocracy, which is going to be coming our way, which frightens the life out of me and could spell really big trouble for us. So I'm just going to bring up a clip here to show you. That's the wrong one. And here we go. And I want you to see this. Imagine this jumping out at you in San Francisco, armor plated with a weapon. Check this out. Huh? What do you make of that? Have you seen that before, Mike?
I have, actually. I've seen that one in various different ones. I think, honestly, just trip it and pull one of them hoses, one of those hydraulic hoses out of the back of its leg. I mean, couldn't you just trip the thing? That's why you need to carry a hockey stick. They're great for that.
No, it's all I want for Christmas is an EMP. It needs to be one of those.
Why? That too, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I still haven't got my Christmas present of an EMP yet. No, I'm picturing that. I mean, at the minute we can see all the pipes and that, but when they armor case that, and that's got a weapon on it of God knows what kind, I wonder if that's what could be hoovering up the people in San Francisco, Mike. I thought you might have seen it. I saw it and thought, all this stuff is being developed while we're looking the other way, and I find that really quite scary. Over to a story from you, Mike, if you've got one.
I do, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
All the times this year that Florida, the state of Florida, put the F in WTF. And it's quite a list here. And it goes on to say some pretty crazy things happening in 49 of America's 50 states. Then there's Florida. So let's go through these, shall we?
Go on then.
Fake doctor gets prison for deadly butt injections. Listen to this. The so-called toxic tush doctor pleaded guilty to manslaughter after injecting super glue and fix a flat tire sealant into several women's behinds. Wow. I never did, honestly, okay. Number one, you've got to be really vain if you're going to go to some doctor in a back alley that's going to inject glue into your ass. There was another one, actually, that was doing this with concrete. But it all goes back to this this whole J-Lo, it's sexy to have a big, wide ass thing. Like, did you see that picture of her where she's popping a champagne and it's going up over her head and hitting her ass? It reminds me of that movie, Idiocracy. Did you ever see that, where the most popular movie of the day is Ass? And there's like a big ass on the screen and everybody just stares at it and laughs. Well, welcome to 2018. Here we are.
That is so scary. Are they the kind of sort of text that you send amongst your friends, this massive backside and everything? That's hilarious. We need to get some comments here, Mike. Do you know what I mean? Boys' jokes and stuff.
Okay.
Off you go, Mike, and I'll line up another one.
All right, Kay Geraldo, spoken to law enforcement about the robots being created, and we all agree the ones who control the AI will be paramount to be transparent about motives. Yeah. Well, I mean, that goes for the cops, too, Kay. The cops are a dog on a leash. They will do what they're ordered to do, a lot like a robot. Just saying. Not all of them, but, you know, they got pensions to protect. She also goes on to say, machines can make our lives better or used for the worst, depends on who controls it. No, you're absolutely right. It's a double-edged sword. Once again, it's whoever's in the driver's seat, and that's the same thing with military and police, too. It's whoever's in the driver's seat. It's whoever's holding the reins. It's whoever's holding the leash. I guess robots would probably go a little further than a lot of cops, but you never know. I'm not saying cops are bad. I'm just saying that they are like robots, kind of, in a way. I mean, they go home to their family every night, but they follow orders. Justin Cringe says, LOL, Jill. Justin Trudeau Cringe also says, that wasn't J-Lo. It's the other one whose daddy is a tranny. Which one's that? Who are you talking about? Kardashian? Kim Kardashian, that's who he's talking about. Yeah, which the ass thing. Yeah. That's not even attractive. Seriously, I don't... who goes looking for a woman with a big ass? I mean, well, taste is subjective, right? But, I mean, I like their... You know, I like a nice little nutcracker ass that looks good. Not some...
A nice little nutcracker. Oh no!
Saying.
Where are we going? Oh no! Right, we've got to pull it back. Come out the rabbit hole. No! Don't say that.
Okay, all right. You take a story, and then I've got more examples of Florida after this. So you go ahead.
Oh no! Do the Florida thing. Come on, look, we'll roll with it. We're on a roll.
Okay, all right. Let's go back to Florida here.
We got some comments as well.
Murder suspect who uses big penis defense found not guilty. All right.
Nice.
At one point during Richard Patterson's trial, the 65-year-old claimed that he accidentally killed his girlfriend, 60-year-old Francesca Martinez, while she was performing oral sex. To back up his claim, Peterson's lawyer wanted to enter his member into evidence and show it to the jury. So he choked her to death.
I mean, what's going? That's not. I've got to say, the last few shows, there's been a lot of penis going on, Mike. What's going on in your world?
It's because I'm hanging out with Kevin. He inexplicably goes there every single time. Let's go on. Couple busted during 4 Loco-fueled sex on beach. Well, come on. Let's be fair. That's not just Florida. That goes on all over the place. Let's go back. Wife arrested for punching husband after he interrupted her pleasuring herself. That could happen anywhere. That's not just Florida. Police impersonator messes with the guy that he was impersonating. So this guy was pretending that he was a cop, and he had the guy's name and his address, and he even cut his hair to look like him and everything. And he ran into him, and he was going to arrest him. There you go. Teen allegedly raped neighbor and then offered yard work to make up for it. You really should deadbolt your door because I really didn't want to do this, but I had to do it. Timothy Adam Walding allegedly told his neighbor. He also asked her if he could make it up to her by doing some yard work or by fixing something around the house.
Oh.
Are you sympathizing, Rhea? He sounds like a very nice rapist, doesn't he? What a nice boy.
Oh,
He could have just ran away.
I can't stop laughing. Well, he's got some morals, you know. You scratch yours and all that kind of thing.
Right.
Oh no, this has gone downhill.
Yeah.
We've got to come back out a minute, guys. I'm going to play the accent again. Where's this guy from?
Okay.
While I get myself together. My eyes are running. Don't. Right, where's this guy from?
You know, I guess I could say, or, I guess I'll try saying it myself. Because I do have a trash bag in my car. Yeah, see? And that's, I didn't intentionally say it like that. That's just how it comes out, But I do have a trash bag in my car, So, maybe, like I said, it's just a laid-back voice. Nothing much to it, I guess.
There you go, guys. Drop it in the comments when you're ready. There's another voice for you. Right, okay. Oh, yeah, I've got to go to Florida sometime.
I've got a trash bag in my car. Okay?
Right.
Like, I've got a trash bag in my car.
Okay. Wow. So
What a weird thing to say.
well, it's what it was. He was picking up on certain words that where he's from speak differently, and bag was pronounced differently, and he didn't realise that he was pronouncing bag differently. So that's why he'd sort of gone over it. Someone had pointed out and said, "Oh no, you say bag differently." He said, "No, I don't," sort of thing. And then as he went on, he discovered that he did. Okay, have you got any more special Floridian stories, Mike?
No, that was it. I'd like to point out that's a tough one because here's the thing. Most Canadians don't say trash, they say garbage. Most Americans, however, will say sack instead of bag. So, I'm guessing that this is an American. Just because of the difference in trash and garbage and sack and bag. Just saying. Phoebe says, Lardassian. Lardassian. Good. Justin Trudeau cringe. I'd like to rest a beer on her ass. Let me add to that while she's making a sandwich. Lisa Leto says, trash bag, though. Trash bag, Lisa. Trash bag. Let's see. Phoebe says, Ventura, California. Yeah, hell, why not? Bag, sack, trash, garbage, sandwich. Your go.
We're special, aren't
turn,
we?
Rhea.
We are special. We are bringing the best out in
Special
our...
Olympics special.
We are. Oh my goodness me. Right, I'm going to move it on. Right, here we go with another
Okay.
one. Trying to just, I'm kind of, my eyes are running. Okay, get it together. Right, in with the next story. Social network profile to become official ID in China. China's largest social media network, WeChat, we're streaming out to there, by the way, is set to become an official electronic personal identification system in the country, with a WeChat ID pilot program launching in somewhere and somewhere else, a province, district in China. And I just think, oh my goodness, how long is that before that comes to us? Where your social media is your official ID. How would you deal with that, Mike?
Well, I'm going to get ahead of the curve and get myself a Chinese name and sign on to this. And you know how you get yourself a Chinese name?
Nope.
You throw a cast iron frying pan down the stairs and just write the sound, ting, pang, tong.
God, I need a drum roll. That's a classic. That's a beauty, isn't it? That's like a Christmas cracker joke, that one.
It's an old joke. Yeah.
Good, though. And we've got one in from Lisa. Trash bag. Oh, right. You're picking up on the accent as well. Okay. We've got a Ventura, California as well. Right, we'll move on to another one. God, this show, nuts. Right, I'll move on to another one. Russia says US military training... Oh, terrible English. Russia says US military is training ISIS to return under new name and take over Syria. This was reported in Reuters and Newsweek, so of course it's true. One of Russia's highest ranking military leaders has accused the US of using its base in Syria to train fighters of Islamic State militant group, brackets ISIS, further destabilizing the war-torn country. So there's a bit of skullduggery. Do you believe that, Mike, or not? What do you think, guys at home?
Well, I believe that that's been the case all along. But here, let me just make a distinction here. For Russia to say the USA is training ISIS fighters in Syria under a different name, well, no, the USA isn't doing that. You're talking about 300 million people. What it is, I believe, is rogue clandestine agencies in the CIA, usually the CIA, I would guess, not military, but rogue agencies. So, I mean, you can't say the United States is doing this, but there are groups of individuals who claim to be American that are doing it. And, you know, that was the case all along. This is not new news. So, I mean, Russia's just, you know, putting out stuff that's already been out there for a long time. Eric Young says Boris might know. Boris the Bear or Boris and Natasha.
Nuts. Yeah, it's not a new thing, but that's kind of made the headlines kicking around. I'm sure you've probably seen it. Here's one for Lisa as well. I saw this. This one was for you. Bendy snakes, right, Lisa? You did make me chuckle. A mysterious disease is killing snakes around the world. Snakes are in trouble. A strange disease affecting snakes from all over the world. And scientists aren't quite sure how to fix it. If they don't figure it out soon, we could be seeing a global snake pandemic that threatens the entire ecosystem. So yeah, snakes are onto a problem. So there's not going to be any sexy bendy snakes for you to admire, Mike.
Yeah. Well, I mean, good. We don't need snakes. We don't need snakes. So, I mean, you know, maybe they all got some weird snake herpes. Who knows? But who cares? Let them go. Bye, snakes.
Oh no, it affects the whole
It's not like-
ecosystem. It's not. It won't just affect snakes. It'll affect everything.
The ecosystem would be fine if it's snakeless. Look what they did to Adam and Eve, okay? Snakes.
There you go, guys.
Up your snakes.
Some official science going on there. Snakes, who needs them?
Yeah, that's right.
Bees, who needs them? You know, God, they're only little anyway. God, who needs those? No,
That's right.
should we get some comments? There's quite good comments there.
Sure. Surfer 4 says, still the USA. Yeah, no, but it's not official policy, Surfer. It's these bad actors that go around and they take black ops money through drug sales that aren't approved by Congress. And, yeah, I don't mean drug sales that aren't approved by Congress, but black ops in general. That's why they call them black ops, because it's not sanctioned by the government. I don't believe that it's official policy. That's just me. Night and day, if they want to continue the proxy war, then arming ISIS under a different name doesn't sound too far-fetched. No, it doesn't, because they've got a goal. I just like to point out, does anybody find it interesting that they never attack Israel? Never. I mean, they'll go after these other countries when Israel's their stated goal, but none of them ever. ISIS it doesn't attack Israel. They don't. Just saying. Gary, go ahead.
I was going to say it's part of the course, isn't it? Everybody knows the Israel story and the connection, so nobody's particularly surprised about that, are they? Or are they? I'm not.
No, I didn't want to make a conclusion either way. I just thought I'd throw it out there. Gary Kemper, Christine Douglas Williams has been fired by the government of Canada from the Canadian Race Relations Foundation. Yeah, because she's an Islamophobe. Gary Kemper, this action draws attention to just how committed Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is to the Islamic supremacist cause and the degree to which submission to it exists within the Canadian government. Listen, I'll tell you what. I don't believe that Justin Trudeau is a Muslim. I don't. What I do believe is that he's out to wreck everything. He's out to water down and destroy Canadian culture. That's what I believe. I think he's most likely an atheist. I think he probably doesn't believe in God at all. But how else? I mean, listen, if he was a Muslim, you know, Fuzzy Wuzzy was a Muslim. If he was, why would he be promoting the LGBTQRC through T agenda, right? If he was a dyed-in-the-wool Muslim, that doesn't fit. But you see them talking out of both sides of their mouth, so they're just trying to wreck Canada and water down our culture. That's what I believe. Does that make sense to you, Rhea?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it doesn't sort of go together, but at the same time, I think there's a much grander plan at play. And for me, I'm sort of becoming more along the lines of this whole technocracy thing, the robots thing, the AI thing. You start fast forwarding that into the future when that sort of robot that I just showed you, got to see all of that, by the way. What kind of, they are chucking trillions at this. Every country is chucking trillions at it. And I just think the writing is on the wall. Soon the human race, or most of the human race, will not be the apex predator. And that's going to change everything. Our jobs will be gone, this will be gone, we'll be rounded up. Compliance, facial recognition, the whole deal. The future is all very like those movies like Terminator and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. And it's a major concern, you know. So when I want to limit the amount of time that I spend on other issues, and I want to focus on this technocracy thing, because I get the feeling that when I'm bitching about or whining about, I don't know, whatever, brown skin, black skin, where they're from and all that, I'm thinking when these robots start rounding us up and we don't have any jobs left, we've got a bigger problem ahead of us, a much, much bigger problem. So that's where I lie with it. I try not to get too lost in the weeds with the smaller things. I feel that people should deal with it and have a passion for it. But personally, I don't. Personally, I'd sooner. I need to find out what's going on, because I feel they've got a much, much grander plan at play. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, well, it's all arms of the same octopus. Let's put it that way. Gary Kemper says because Trudeau is a Marxist, and I've got a message over here from our old buddy Hugh Jass.
Yay.
He prays to the god of money. Yeah, his god is filthy mammon, according to Hugh Jass, not to be confused with Kim Kardashian. That's Hugh Jass. Listen, I've got another story here that I'm just dying to get to, and it goes back to the advice that I gave earlier. You mind if I go ahead with it here, Rhea?
Yeah, go for it.
Beautiful. Remember what I said? Careful who you bring home?
Yep.
That was my advice to young guys. All right. Listen to this. This is out of Houston, Texas. Authorities say an intoxicated Dallas woman who was on her first date with a prominent Houston trial lawyer caused at least $300,000 in damage to his art collection, including 2 Andy Warhol paintings. Lindy Lou Lehman, 29, was arrested Saturday on criminal mischief charges after her date with Anthony Busby. She was released on $30,000 bond. Online court records don't list an attorney for her. Yeah, I don't imagine they'll be lining up to date her after this either. Prosecutors say Busby, 49, told investigators that Lehman got too intoxicated on their date. So he called her an Uber after they returned to his home. Busby said Lehman refused to leave and hid inside of his house. And when he found her and called a second Uber, she got aggressive. Authorities said she tore down several paintings and poured red wine on some while yelling obscenities. She also allegedly threw 2 $20,000 sculptures across the room and shattered them. The damaged Warhol paintings were each valued at $500,000. In court documents, Busby has represented high-profile figures, including former Texas Governor Rick Perry, in an abuse of power case. Then candidate Donald Trump also visited his home last year when Busby held a fundraiser and donated $250,000 to Trump's presidential campaign. So, poor Busby, the uber-rich lawyer, brings this crazy chick home. She gets drunk and starts wrecking his house. You ever done that, Lyria?
Yeah, I have wrecked.
Yeah? You did?
No, wait a minute. Whoa, don't take it out of context. I have sort of, yeah, could I share that story? I'm not going to share that story, but,
Oh, come on. You can't do that.
it's not that bad, actually. It's not as sort of exciting as that one, or not exciting, but as bad as that one. I was in Europe, I go to Europe a lot, or did go to Europe a lot, and found myself in a B&B, and yeah, I ended up sort of drinking some stuff and this, that, and the other. And during the night, I woke up and I don't remember it at all, and ate a massive chocolate cake. And in this B&B, it was all white sheeting. It was just perfect. And I woke up in the morning just covered in chocolate cake. And I'd wrecked the place where I'd knocked things over while I was asleep. So, yeah, it was not very cool. And I had to say to the landlady, I'm really sorry. Do you know what I mean? I don't even remember doing it. And she was so cool about it. So it's not as sort of dynamic as you want. But yeah, I have sort of wrecked a room. In the bands that I was in when I was younger, yeah, we did a bit of that. We did the stupid things and the TVs out the windows and not too often.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. When I played in rock bands, we could wreck a hotel room like nobody's business.
Oh, yeah, God, yeah. No, hotel rooms are not too bad, but B&Bs are more personal, which is a bit more to it. We've got another comment there from K Geraldo24. Oh, K Geraldo24, I looked around your website that's linked to your Twitter. Find that quite interesting. Is that you, or are you part of that and all that kind of stuff? Would you take that comment, please, Mike?
The grander plan had those who call themselves Illuminati or whatever secret society in bunkers while the shit hit the fan above. Bunker sales is a growing market. Actually, yeah, there's actually a highway system underneath the United States of America that runs from the Denver airport to the Ozarks to Chicago, and I've seen plenty of video footage and pictures of it, and they're definitely planning for something. But here's the comforting thing, okay? If their plan goes to fruition, up here we'll be dead. But can you imagine being holed up in a bunker with a bunch of people that plotted to murder everybody in society, and that's who your company is in this bunker? Think about it. None of the people in the bunker could trust each other because they know that they were all just plotting to mass murder humanity. So I think that they will all go nuts and kill each other, and that's how it'll be in the bunkers. K. Geraldo, again, I believe Trump administration has exposed and stopped it because those military leaders that put them in had a brain and ethically said, if you do it to them, you do it to us, and it's not necessary. That could be, yeah, that could be. I mean, it's with all these Q clearance posts over at, it used to be 4chan, now it's 8chan. That's basically what they're saying, was that elements within the military and intelligence knew the plan and said, this is not happening, and approached Trump to run. Night and Day Plumbing Solutions says, when those AIs turn up in numbers, you can kiss goodbye to us as the apex sentient being. We'll just be a number in the benefit and food queue. I don't believe so. I think that we'll win. I think we'll win. I think listen, every time humanity has just about been dominated in the past, it's like the door is slammed on them at the last minute, and they're never successful. I think that this will be no different. That's just me. Hugh Jass wants to know if the lawyer met her on Plenty of Fish. Could be. The guy's a lawyer. He probably paid for her. He got more than he paid for, though, when she just started wrecking his house. What were you going to say, Rhea?
What was I going to say? I don't know. I'm all over the place today. The flow's a bit awkward today, isn't it? Yeah, the grand plan, I would love it to feel that, just before, we do a Luke Skywalker moment and snatch it from the jaws of the darkness. But I see, when I look around, there's a lot about what's immediate, and they seem to be letting it go out. It's not censored. And I'm thinking more and more, I'm thinking this whole technocracy thing, I think it's major. It's a major, major player. And I agree with you. There is this, whatever they're called, Illuminati. We all know the Illuminati and all that kind of thing, and the Masons and the Georgia Headstones, and you can go on and on. But it's what I can see is governments taking our money to fund this robotic revolution and all the weapons and the military and all that kind of stuff. And if a load of them start jumping out on the streets to censor stuff down and do all that kind of stuff, I don't know. I'm really going to wish that one of you guys gave me my all I want for Christmas is an EMP. Because I don't know what else we're going to do, really, Mike. I think it's a real problem.
So she can wipe out killer robots. Phoebe says, Mike, that would make a great movie. Yes, it would, Phoebe. Night and Day says, Mike, I'll refer to you as John Connor in the future. Ha, ha, ha. Night and Day, tell us the truth. Were you sent from the future to kill me? Because if you are, you're going to find I'm very difficult to kill.
And he's got a gun
Night
that he
also
cuddles.
says, I cuddle a gun, that's right. Well, that's more of a, yeah.
It's not a Freudian thing, is it?
No, gun cuddler.
It's a lot of penis going on. A lot of penis going on. Right.
Oh, I didn't take it there. Yeah, I don't know what's with Kevin lately. It's
Therapy, darling.
I think
it's
you
therapy.
know I got right?
It's a
Yeah.
therapy thing.
And the majority of the conversations are around like chocolatey colored ones, according to him.
I don't
Anyways.
know. What do you say? Good luck to him in.
No, in your mouth, not in your hand.
You know, however that kind of works out. There's been a lot of penis going on there, girls. I've got to say, there's been a lot of these boys. I even had someone. No, I'm not even going to go there because Mike wouldn't do that to me, so I wouldn't do it to him. Would you, Mike? Right. Okay. Let me play the accent again and see where we go from here. Here we go. Where do you think he's from?
You know, I guess I could say, or, I guess I'll try saying it myself. Because I do have a trash bag in my car. Yeah, see? And that's I didn't intentionally say it like that. That's just how it comes out, But I do have a trash bag in my car, So, maybe, like I said, it's just a laid-back voice. Nothing much to it, I guess.
There you go, guys. You can have another go at that. My chat isn't working, so I can't see so well. K Horado 24. My research has proven the Illuminati is a perversion of Freemasonry. Wow. And Hollywood is the perversion of the Illuminati and is actually, what does that say? Crowleyism something.
Yeah, Aleister Crowley.
Oh, okay. Ooh, do tell more. How interesting that there's a division. I guess most people that I hear talk about it think it's like one thing. I don't think it's one thing. I think there's warring factions and they're trying to get power and they're going to herd us up with robots and all that kind of stuff. You got another one, Mike, or shall I move on?
Move on.
Good. Okay, Bitcoin exchange CEO kidnapped leaving office. This was published on the 29th of this month. Being a Bitcoin billionaire just got a bit more complicated after reports surfaced that the CEO of Exmo, a UK-based Bitcoin exchange, was kidnapped in Kiev, according to the Telegraph. Pavel Lerner spelled Lerner, 40 years old, was pulled into a black Mercedes-Benz, classic baddie car, right, by a group of armed men wearing ski masks as he left his office in the district of Kiev, I can't say it, December 26th, adding to the intrigue. Let me just pull this up a bit. Intrigued of the abduction, Exmo's website suffered a DDoS, denial of service, attack this morning, which knocked trading temporarily offline, just as news of the kidnapping began to draw public attention. And they still haven't got him back either. So he's obviously got the key. So if you've got anything, if you're trading, not that I don't think any of you guys are, but anybody watching this on record or anything, which is probably a bit late, if you've got anything in the Exmo exchange, might be a good idea to get it out. Over to you, Mike.
It sounds like quite the story. I'd
Wild
like
West.
to know where they took the Bitcoin millionaire money penny.
That's right, and it's a bit more evidence that it's quite Wild Westy. Okay, time's rocking on. I'm going to go on to another one. You remember that saying, Mike, which I'm sure you'll have something to say about. We got any more in the thing about the accent? We haven't. So far we've got Cincinnati, Canada.
Yes.
That's a bit broad. Pennsylvania and California. Can you remember the Hitler thing as well? As what they tell us as well is, when they're spying on us, they say, if you've got nothing to hide, what's the problem? You've heard that before, right, Mike?
Yeah, I've heard that. What a stupid way of thinking, but go on.
What would you say to someone if they said that to you?
Well, I'd say to them, well, do you mind if I give you a colonoscopy? If you've got nothing to hide, what's the problem? You might have drugs on you. Or, if I just walk up to some random chick on the street, hey, you mind if I stick my hands in your pants? No? You're offended? Well, what do you got to hide? Huh? What's your problem? Yeah, you gotta let me stick my hands in your pants or you might be a drug dealer terrorist. I mean, get real.
Right, so that's like physical abuse, isn't it? So you cross a physical line. So I just thought of a couple of things. If you find yourself faced with someone saying to you, well, if you could be anywhere, it could be anybody. Well, if you've got nothing to hide, what's the problem? So, and ask them, right, do you share the same information with an acquaintance that you do with your spouse? And then going a bit more forcefully, would you tell me when you last had sex and what was involved, please? If you have nothing to hide, would you let me look through your phone text messages and photos now, please? Can I have your computer so I can look through it, please, in detail, which is what they do. And what do you mean you got nothing to hide? Everybody's got something to hide. It glues society together. So it's just a couple of things, because I've heard it before and I've seen it sort of trip people up. So give us your phone then. Let's look through it now. Give us your laptop. Tell me exactly what's going on in your life. So that's got no bearing, but I've seen people get tripped up. And I think we need to get on that campaign of, we're funding the governments to spy on us, and we need to get our privacy back is a really, really important thing, because we don't have any, which is really rather shocking. That cookie deal, when you go onto a website and says, oh, if you accept these cookies, our benefit is all we get is it remembers our login details. Their benefit is they get to know everything about us and able to sell it to a third party. So we need to start a fight to get our privacy back, Mike.
Yeah, this kind of drives me nuts. It's a weird thing because, people kind of on some level just accept that their internet traffic is being watched, or that their phone calls are being listened to, or their text messages could possibly be read by somebody else. First of all, I mean, if somebody ever tried to come at me with something that happened online, first of all, I would say to them, prove that it was my fingers that typed on the keyboard to do that. Okay? Prove it. I mean, that could have been anybody. Number two, it's kind of like, when I hear unnamed sources have confirmed. Unnamed sources, if you can't name your source, then you have no story. I mean, it's like if somebody walks up to you and says, I heard you do this. Well, you could say, I heard you beat off in the shower. I mean, they don't have any proof, and it's just, I mean, maybe that's a bad example, but at the same time, it's a good example because they're just throwing out unsourced, unverified information.
CrowdStrike.
Kind of like all this. What's that?
CrowdStrike.
Yeah, exactly. It's like most of this stuff coming out about Trump. Unnamed sources in the White House said that he got angry and said that all Haitians have AIDS. It's like, what? Unnamed sources? Whenever I see a news story with unnamed sources, all right there, I got to throw it out. Or you got to treat it with a grain of salt or consider that it's probably bullshit to begin with. Night and Day says, I'm changing my choice of voice to Arizona on the accent.
We need to do a news story where we've got someone that lives sort of near the White House, go and stand next to the. So we've got to get him to stand next to the fence of the White House. Then we completely make up a story starting with, according to our source close to the White House, Obama, I don't know, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And that would do, wouldn't it? 'Cause that's all they do.
Yeah, I heard that according to unnamed sources, Obama likes to break into women's houses and smell the armpits on their blouses while they're not home.
Yeah, yeah. According to our source
What I heard.
close to the White House. That would be
Yeah.
quite cool.
According to something that nobody ever said.
Yeah, right. Totally unconfirmed.
Allegedly.
And all that. I don't even think they bother with that anymore, do they? CNN meme police.
Yeah, you don't even need to.
Yeah, right. Delivering left-wing propaganda for corporate and government entities. That's what the title needs to be changed to. Right. Okay. So are we done with the accent? Not as popular, this one. It wasn't as easy, was it? Before I reveal the accent. Did you have a stab at it, Mike? Where did you say? You didn't.
I just kind of I speculated and then trailed off, so I didn't have to commit.
Right, let's have one more go, see if we can get it. Here it comes.
You know, I guess I could say, or, I guess I'll try saying it myself. Because I do have a trash bag in my car. Yeah, see? And that's, I didn't intentionally say it like that. That's just how it comes out, But I do have a trash bag in my car, So, maybe, like I said, it's just a laid-back voice. Nothing much to it, I guess.
There you go, guys. Right, okay. So,
Regina, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Blimey. Really?
Yes. Regina. That's Regina. R-E, not V-A.
What, like
Regina.
What, like crypto tips?
Regina, Saskatchewan.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for that.
Like, as in Mike from Regina at your cervix.
That's outrageous. Now pack it up.
All right, I quit.
No, don't pack it up. I quite like it. I've encouraged Mike to drink before he comes on, but he's still not done it yet, so he's becoming quite reserved.
I haven't yet. Why? 10 o'clock in the morning. I wait till at least 11:30 usually.
I said, what do you think we go on and we have a drinky on air and stuff and do a cheers? Of course, it's quite early for you guys, isn't it?
You want? Okay. How's about this? If everybody agrees on it, we do a show where we're both drunk. Are you in?
Yeah, go on then. I'll do it. I don't know about drunk, but I'll drink. I don't know about drunk, but I'll drink. Oh, God, it'll just get censored, won't it? And you guys at home, would you guys participate as well? We have a drinking session.
Oh, that's not fair. They could say they are and just write screwed up shit
No.
to keep us going.
They're the Doghouse family. Hugs. This is based on trust. So if they say they are, they are. If they're not, they're not. So I'm giving you the trust. What do you think, guys? Should we do a show where we're having drinky poos and obviously it was probably going to get censored out, but we'll have good fun doing it, right? That could be quite good fun.
First of all, I never have a drinky poo, okay?
Oh, okay. Mr. I like talking penis with his
Strange
mate.
is in.
Right.
Yeah, see, mate.
So we got some comments. Come on. God.
Me, mate, we're talking about dicks. Crudo says, Cringe Channel says, yeah, do it. Okay,
Yay.
we're in. We're going to have to get loaded next show.
Totally. Who else is in then? Come on then, let's see it.
Let's do the accent. It's 10 after here. I'm going to have to get going soon.
Okay,
so we're going to have to wind it down for you.
Right, okay. So the guy was from, we had Cincinnati, Canada. That's a bit broad, right? Pennsylvania, California, Arizona, and Saskatchewan.
Regina.
He's enjoying that a lot. I guess it makes a change from penis. Right, but where the guy was actually from is Seattle. Nobody got it.
Seattle, Washington.
Is in Seattle. Yeah, totally. So nobody got it. So, but good going though. Some interesting ones there though. Right, so I'm going to put in the doghouse first. What have I got for the doghouse? I've got in a fight to get our privacy back and realise the importance of our privacy. Remember, guys, if anybody goes, oh, you know, if you've not got nothing to hide, what's the problem? Go, show me your phone, tell me this, tell me that, and see, and just keep going until they back out, because they will, won't they? My For the Doghouse is Harris Corporation for producing the software that they're selling to the authorities called Stingray. So, Harris Corporation, if you're part of that, making that software, you're in the doghouse because you're causing loads of problems. Over to you, Mike.
I would like to put fake doctors injecting concrete and super glue into people's asses in the doghouse with the surveillance people. They'll get along just great.
Injecting in, lovely. I'll do shouts out before we do the finals. Right, it's the end of the year, right? So we're not going to see you. We'll see you in 2018. I want to do a bit of an end of year thing and say we'll get your messages, guys. Don't worry. For 2018 is promising to be one serious year of years. It's a great time to be alive if you see it like that. But if you prep for things going wrong, I'd say 2000. If it was going to go wrong, 2018 may well be it. What wrong constitutes and what wrong looks like, I don't exactly know. We can guess economic and da-di-da-di-da. But prep up for 2018, guys. Get a bit more food in. Put a little bit more energy into prep, because 2018 is looking as though it's going to be a really mad year. Don't forget to check out, if you want to see that robot clip, the rest of that robot doing things. I'm going to put that in the post, so that is a must-watch shout-out. And a website shout-out is Kim.com's Mega Online Storage. You get 50 gigabytes of encrypted storage free given to you from Kim.com. And you also get an encrypted video chat and encrypted messaging. So check that out, guys. Mike, do you want to go over to your finals? And comments?
Yeah. Hugh Jazz, he says, I was going to say Washington. Just my luck, I didn't say it. Sure, Hugh. Sure. Sure. One of those, what I should have said kind of a things like, and were you going to say D.C. or state? You didn't say.
How pedantic.
Eileen Rodway says, hi, Mike. Hi, Eileen.
Hi, Eileen.
Phoebe Long, it's 5 o'clock in England, Rhea. Oh, yeah, you could be totally wasted by now, Rhea. This isn't about me. Gary Kemper says, Happy New Year. And Eileen Rodway says, it's me, Eileen Garrow. You know me as. Yeah, I knew it was you, Eileen. I knew. Yeah. Eileen's got a great rack, from what I hear. Unnamed sources told me.
Okay. So, close to the White House.
Yes, unnamed sources close to the White House.
Right, and all that. Hi, Eileen. Thank you for joining us, but we're just about to leave. I want to thank all you guys for coming in. Don't forget the shout-outs, all the Mega Online Storage stuff. Mike, so have you done your finals? Are you done? I'm about to shut this down.
I'm good with everything. Happy New Year, everybody, and we will see you in the new year, and Rhea is going to get drunk.
And so, well, I'm not going to get drunk. I'm going to drink. So, and I don't know, Jack was in for drinky poos during a show, having a drink during a show. But we didn't have anybody else agree to having a drink during the show. Let me just get some of the comments. There's loads of comments, coming in. Are out of 24. Look, there's loads of them coming in. What's happening? Is Eileen Greer? Right, Mike's got to go. So, guys, if you're late in the door, Happy New Year, Phoebe. Happy New Year to all of you. And we'll see you Wednesday coming. I'll play you out some tunes. I love that you turn
Happy New Year from Hugh Jazz, everybody.
Happy New Year, Hugh. Happy New Year, Gary, Phoebe, Jack, night and day. I haven't got Eileen, I don't know you, but Happy New Year. I wish I had more of the things. Everybody's coming in now. And we'll see you on Wednesday. I'll play out with some music. Until then, love and peace from me, Rhea Bow from the UK. Bye-bye.